So I am Laura, and I'm an interior designer here in Hickory. I decided in middle school that I wanted to be an interior designer because I like to work with people, and I like art, and I like design. I was lucky to learn that early. Most people don't. I attended UNC Greensboro. It's a 5-year program, and it's designed so that if you want to go into architecture, you can transfer to an architecture school. There are a lot of really good 2-year and 4-year colleges for interior design in North and South Carolina. In order to be qualified legally to be an interior designer, you're required to either go to 2 years or 4 years of school and then work either 2 years or 4 years. You need a total of 6 years, and then you're qualified to sit for an exam. If you pass the exam, you are considered certified. And the certification and licensing is different from state to state. I moved to Hickory for a job with an office equipment dealer and designed office interiors. In doing that, I met a gentleman who owned a chain of healthcare facilities. So I started helping him with those. And then my accountant owned a furniture company. So I started helping him with showrooms in High Point and Atlanta. That led me into doing galleries and stores for both Bernhardt and Thomasville all over the country. And that was a lot of fun. But I became a mom and didn't want to travel all over the country anymore, so I started practicing residential design and love it because it's fun to help people. In residential design, so often you have one person who wants things one way and another who wants things another way, and you try to help them meet in the middle to compromise. And most people who aren't designers are just one-dimensional. They have one style they like, and that's what they want. And if the two people living in a house together or working in an office together don't like the same style, it gets kind of tricky sometimes. So a big part of what we do is to help people compromise with what we do. Hickory's a small town. In a bigger city, you're probably going to find designers specializing in just one thing. We do a lot of kitchen renovations. We do a lot of taking an unfinished basement and converting it into a space that fits the needs of the people who live there. So that's what we're doing right now. We have 2 kitchen renovations. We have a basement refurbishing and upfitting. We have a home in Burlington that we're helping a young lady renovate and furnish. One in Boston we're doing the same thing for, and then a home new construction in Lake Hickory that we're doing. When you go to interior design school, the kinds of things that you would learn are color theory, because different colors affect people differently. You'll study space and how space affects people and how to plan a space so that it functions well. You will study, you will use computers a lot. So we design on computers now, both a plan and 3D. Anything that you know how to do computer-wise is really helpful for moving forward with design. We use Excel and PowerPoint and Word every day, so those programs are very important. Spend a ton of time on emails and phone calls and text messages. Let's see. Okay, important qualifications to be an interior designer. You have to like people. If you don't enjoy working with people, you may not like interior design. You have to be patient, and you have to learn to listen, because you want to listen to your customer and understand what they need and what they're asking you for, so you can incorporate that in your design. You need to be organized, because if you're not, it's going to be a mess. You need to be, we talked about it earlier, multi-dimensional. If you just have one style and you're not willing to design around styles that your customer is interested in you helping them with, then that might be a problem. So you need to be multi-dimensional. You need to like lots of different styles. And you've got to be willing to change and keep yourself updated, because we started out only drawing things on paper with pencil and paper, and now everything we do is done on the computer. Even 3D drawings, they're drawn and colored on the computer. When you graduate, it's sometimes hard to get a job, but one way around that, because you don't have any experience, one way around that is internships, because you get to meet people. Sometimes you're hired by the company you do an internship with. Favorite thing is I like to work with people, so it's fun, and it's very rewarding to help them and for them to smile when you're done, and to thank you, and to be really excited about their new spaces. The least favorite thing to do is if a customer comes to you and they have a bad idea and they want you to help them implement their bad idea. It's hard, but you have to do it, to say something like, I don't think you'd be happy with that, or maybe it would be better if we do this. That's tough. It's really hard for me too, because I have a small business. I have to do everything. I have to ask for the money. I have to give them the bill and say, you need to write a check for me right now for that. So that part of it's not fun. If you work for a big company, that part of it you don't have to deal with. But the advice is, if you do want to be an interior designer, learn those computer skills while you're in elementary and high school. The design part of it will come when you're in college, but if you have the computer skills starting out, you're good. Thank you. I've enjoyed talking with you guys, and good luck.